Good morning, everybody. How are you? I hope you are fine. Today, we are going to have reported question. Okay? Let's watch this video. Okay, Farida. Farida?
بس
Yes.
هو احنا بناخد حاجات احنا ما خدناش في دي ولا بناخد حاجات في تانية زي
This lesson will be also in prep 2.
اوكي شكرا.
Okay, welcome. So now we are going to report the question. Okay, we change it from direct into indirect or to reported question. Okay, we have say or said, says or says to. We will change them to ask, asks, or asked. Okay, after that we have two types of question. In the last time in the statement we dropped the quotation or the inverted commas and joined the question by the sentence by that. Here we have question and we have two types of question. If we have WH question, means what, where, when, why, okay? So instead of that, we will join the sentence using what, where, why, the WH question I have. And I'm going to change the order of the sentence. After the WH question words, we must use the helping verb. Am, is, are, do, does, did, can, could, will, would, may, might, have, has, had, will, be. Okay? To change it from direct to indirect, I will change the place of the verb. I will have the WH question word, after that the subject, the verb, and the rest of the sentence. Okay? Again, to change from direct to indirect question. Number one, I change said, we said to asked, or wanted to know. Okay? I join the sentence using the WH question word I have, okay? Which I have in the sentence. I will join using it. After that, the order of the sentence, I will make it a subject verb and the rest of the sentence. Instead of how are you, I will say what? He asked. He asked me, okay, or he asked, okay? How? I will drop the inverted commas and join using how. يبقى he asked how. Are you? No. Here I will the subject will be before the verb. So he asked me. يبقى how I. And change the tense of the verb, the present to the past. Present simple, past simple. Present continuous, past continuous. Okay? يبقى he asked me how I was. He asked me how I was. طب if I have a yes no question, begins with do, did, does, am, is, are, can, could, will, would, may, might, have, has, had, okay? Here I will join the sentence using if or whether. I will join the sentence using if or whether. After that, I will begin the sentence with the subject, verb, and the rest of the sentence. And the verb will be in the past, one step back from the tense, one step back from the tense. And I will change the time and the place expressions. Today, that day. Tonight, that night. Now, then. Tomorrow, the following day. Yesterday, the day before. Okay? Again. يبقى here I will join using how. Then I in the past was. يبقى he asked me how I was. For example, he said, where do you live? I will change it. He said will be he asked, because this is a question. يبقى he asked. I will join using where. Do will be after you. You will be I. يبقى he asked where you. هتبقى I. يبقى where I do live. This is present simple. Will be in the past simple. يبقى where I lived. He said, when did you call? Okay? It will be he said will be asked. يبقى he asked. I will join using when, because this is a WH question word. يبقى he asked when. You will be I did call. This is past simple. ها الباست simple will change to past perfect. يبقى when I did will be had. Call will be called. ها الباست simple will be past perfect. يبقى he asked when I had called. We will use with yes no question or whether, and we'll change the pronoun, the verb, and the time and the place expression. He said, are you okay? This is yes no question. It doesn't begin with what, where, when. Okay, so it's yes no question. He said will be he asked. I will cross the inverted commas and join using if or whether. يبقى he asked if. Are you okay? I will begin using you will be I. يبقى he asked if I. Are in the present simple will be was in the past simple. يبقى if I was okay. He said, do you love me? This is yes, no question. To the indirect question, he asked, join using if. You will be I. He asked if I. Do love present simple. يبقى love will be loved. He asked if I loved me here. Speaking for he. يبقى if I loved him. Whether or if. He said, will you marry me? So he said will be he asked. Cross the inverted commas and join with if or whether. يبقى he asked if. You will be I. Will be would marry him.
Reported questions.
يبقى again to report the questions. Okay? To change the question into reported speech, we apply the following. Number one, we will change said or said to asked, wanted to know, wondered, or inquired. Okay? Change any of them. يبقى he said or said to, I will cross them and change them to asked, wanted to know, wondered, or inquired. After that, if I have say to or says to, say or says, I will change them into ask, asks, want to know or wants to know, wonders or wonder, inquire or inquires. And remember, if the introductory verb in the present simple, I can't change the tense of the question. I will not change the tense of the question, but if I have said and said to, I change them to asked and change the tense of the verb. Number 3, I will cross the inverted commas. I will cross the inverted commas. If I have WH question, I join with the WH question word. What, where, when, what time, how much, how many. Okay? If I have yes, no question, I will join using if or whether. After that, I will change the order of the question into affirmative. يعني in the question I have helping verb, subject, and the verb. لا, to make it indirect, I will begin with the subject, helping verb, and the verb. يبقى I will change. I will begin with the subject. But in the question, in the direct question, I begin with the helping verb. Here, in the reported question, I will begin with the subject. After that, the helping verb and the verb. Okay? After that, I will change the tense of the verb. I will go back one step back in the past. If I have present simple, past simple, present continuous, past continuous, and so on. And I will change the adverbs of time and place. Tonight, that night. Tomorrow, the following day. Now, then, here, there. This, that. These, those. Next, the following week or the following year. Type. What about if I have a question begins with do you mind or would you mind? Take care for this. If I have question begins with do you mind or would you mind, I will cross do you mind and would you mind. And instead of joining with if or whether, I will join with to and the infinitive verb. Again, if I have a question begins with do you mind or would you mind, I will drop them, I will cross them and join with to and infinitive. Okay? I will join with to infinitive, not if or whether. He said to me, how can you solve this problem? Okay? This is WH question. He said to me will be he asked me. How will be how. Can you solve? لا, here, this is the order of a question. لا, I will change it to a sentence. I will begin with the subject. You will be I. يبقى he asked me how I can solve will be could solve. One step for the back. This problem will be that problem. After that, he said to her, do you like more sugar? He said to will be he asked her, do you like? This is yes, no question. I join with if or whether. If or whether, do you like? I will begin with you. You will be here, she, because he asked her. If she, like will be liked more sugar. And the cross tab and the question mark and the inverted commas. She said to her friend, do you take a bath every day? She asked her friend. If her friend بقى she, you will be she. Take will be talk, past simple. A bath every day. He said, did you see the film? He asked. Yes, no? يبقى if or whether. If you will be he. If he saw or had seen. I said before, past simple can be past simple and can be past perfect. يبقى if he had seen the film, but يعني use it in the past perfect more correct يعني. The clerk asked me, will you leave your name? So the clerk asked me, well, yes, no question. يبقى if I will be would. يبقى if I would leave my name, because he is talking to me. Would you mind turning off the radio? She said to me. If I have she said to me in the beginning, at the end, I will start using it. يبقى she asked me. Would you mind or do you mind? I will cross them and join using to والinfinitive verb. يبقى would you mind turning. يبقى would you mind or do you mind verb ing. To make it reported يبقى she asked me to والinfinitive to turn off the radio. Tom's wife always says to him, how much do you earn? يبقى Tom's wife always wants to know, always asks him. Okay? ها this is wants to know or asks. In the present simple يبقى I will not change the tense of the question. يبقى how much. You here will be he because she asks Tom. يبقى how much he earn will be earns. I will not change the tense of the verb because it is in the present simple. Let's answer. Minna Husam. Okay, يا منى. He asked me, where are you going now? ها يا منى. He
he
asked me.
asked me.
I will join with that. Here I have where. يبقى he asked me.
If.
No. If with the WH with yes no question. But here I have WH question. يبقى I will join with where. I will join with where. يبقى if I have WH question word I will join with it. If I have yes no question do with does am is are have has will I will join with if or whether. يبقى here
where.
He asked me where. I will keep the order. Are you going now? No, I will make it the sentence. I will start with you. You here will be
I.
يبقى where I. Are going will be ما هو I will keep the tense ولا go back. Go back. Are will be
I am.
ما هو where I am going. Okay, I بقى to be indirect. I will go one step from the present to the past. يبقى where I was going. Now will be now will change to then. Now will change to then. يبقى he asked me where. You will be I am are going or am going will be was going. Now will be then. Okay. فريدة هيثم. فريدة هيثم.
Yes.
Okay يا فريدة. He said, could I have a glass of lemonade?
I'm restless to ask.
يبقى he asked. I will join with what? Yes, no question. I join with what? If. Yes, no question. I join with? If. يبقى he asked. If.
If I could.
Right. If I could. The rest of the sentence يبقى he asked if. I will use. Start with I. يبقى if I could have a glass of lemonade. يبقى he asked if. He could have a glass of lemonade. Why? Here. He is the speaker. يبقى I will change to he. يبقى he asked if he could have a glass of lemonade. منى. 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 Okay يا منى. منى asked her friend, have you found my lost passport?
if she
منى asked her
had
friend
lost
again if she
she had lost
had. Okay. Mona asked her friend if she had found her lost passport. Okay.
مين السؤال اللي قبلها؟ احنا
okay.
بغير تنس
What?
اللي قبلها احنا مش
لا I can't hear you well. Again كده.
تنس
could have. يبقى هنا could will be could because it's the past. Can could. Okay. يبقى he asked if he could have a glass of lemonade. Here I can say also he asked to have a glass of lemonade. يبقى both are right. If he could have و to have both are right because this is request. يبقى here could I have this is request. I can join with to والinfinitive I can make it عادي as a yes no question. يبقى he asked if he could have a glass of lemonade is right. he asked to have a glass of lemonade is right. It's request. Okay, both are right.
ميس لان كده كده في البوست اصلا
Because again يا منى
عشان كود
could it the past فهنا I can't change it يبقى could. لو كان I will change it to could. Okay, but could I will keep it. Okay.
اوكي
Okay. حبيبة حسام. حبيبة. حبيبة. ميس. ميس.
يس ميس
Okay, Mice. He said to her, do you mind giving me the office's number?
He asked to the
He asked her. He asked her. Huh? When I have do you mind or would you mind? I join with if or whether?
No, to
No. Huh?
to
To? Huh?
her give him the
To give him the office to give.
number.
Okay. Huh? يبقى he asked her to give him the office's number. Okay. Kenzie. Kenzie. نوران أحمد. نوران محمود.
يا جماعة في فلوس أسرون ويقضي على الأسرة فريدة كنت
حبيبة حسام. حبيبة. رقية. Okay, رقية. She said, which book do you prefer?
She asked
Which book إيه؟
on
No, I will keep the order. Do you prefer? No, I will start with the subject. يبقى which book? You will be I prefer present simple. Do prefer the present simple. It change into the past. Prefer will be preferred. Okay. يبقى she asked which book I preferred. Okay. نوران محمود. نوران. Okay, Nuran. He said to me, will you come to the party? Nuran. نوران. Okay, نوران. ها. He said to me, will you come to the party? He asked me. ها. If I would come to the party. Okay, he asked me if I would come to the party. سما إسلام. سارة عكاشة. سارة. جانا إبراهيم. حبيبة. منى.
مش هو كلهم
سارة. اوكي يا سارة. They said to her, do you like to leave now?
Asked her,
Join with what? If. يبقى
they asked her
no,
if she
like will be liked huh? To leave now will be
then
okay. يبقى they asked her if she liked to leave then. سما إسلام. منى. They said to her will be they what? They asked her. يبقى they said to her will be they asked her. Here do you like? يبقى I join using if or whether. If you hear they are talking to her, you will be she. Do like, this is present simple. يبقى past of like will be liked. يبقى if she liked to leave now will be then. رقية. Okay, يا رقية. She said to them, did you visit your uncle? She said to them, did you visit your uncle? She asked them if they
visit
your uncle will be their uncle. Okay. يبقى she asked them if they visited or had visited. Did visit will be had visited or visited. I can keep it past simple and change it to past perfect. Both are right. يبقى she asked them if they had visited their uncle. ميس. ميس.
Yes.
Okay, ميس. He said to me, where have you been?
He asked me where
I have been will be the past. Have will be had been. يبقى he said, he asked me where I had been. Okay, Kenzie. جانا إبراهيم. هنا محمد. حبيبة. منى حسام. Okay. Helmi said to Nasser, what are you eating?
asked him
يبقى Helmi asked Nasser, what? What he?
she مش في
Nasser. Helmi asked Nasser what he? was eating. Helmi asked Nasser what he was eating. Change the present continuous to past continuous. Okay. Salma, Shahd, Hannah, Jana, Kenzie. Okay, Hannah. Rami said to Fadi, why is the bus late?
Rami asked Eddie
Right, huh?
if
Why? ليه؟ I have WH question. يبقى I will join it. يبقى Rami asked Fadi. I will join using why because it's a WH question. يبقى Rami asked Fadi why?
why is the bus
No, I will use is ولا subject the bus.
the
يبقى why the bus is will be الباست بتاع is. was. يبقى رامي asked فادي why the bus was
late.
late. Okay. May said to Dalia, how is your leg? So here, May asked Dalia, how her leg is was will be was. May asked Dalia how her leg was. Fatin said to Wagdi, who is the boy with glasses? Fatin asked Wagdi, who the boy with glasses is will be was. يبقى فاتن asked Wagdi, who the boy with glasses. All this is the subject. After that the verb. The present will be past. Can you type? I asked her. So I asked her. Here yes no question. يبقى if. Can you type? I asked her. يبقى I asked her if she can will be could. If she could type. I asked her if she could type. Has the postman brought anything for me? She asked. يبقى she asked if the postman has brought will be had brought anything for me. She asked يبقى for her. يبقى she asked if the postman had brought anything for her. How many people did you invite? Magid. يبقى here I am talking to Magid. I asked. يبقى I asked whom? I asked Magid. How many people he had invited? Did invite past simple will be past perfect. يبقى I asked Magid because I talking to Magid here. يبقى I asked Magid how many people did you invite will be he had invited. When did you come from London? I asked her. I asked her when she, because I am talking to her, يبقى when she had come from London. I asked her when she had come from London. I said to Riham, why are you shouting? يبقى here I asked Riham why she was shouting. Can you speak French? They asked me. They asked me. Here I will join using if. If I could speak French. They asked me if I could speak French. Jem asked Peter, did you go to work yesterday? Jem asked Peter if he had gone to work the day before. Jem asked Peter if he had gone to work the day before. After that, he asked me when the train arrived. This is reported the past. يبقى when the train would arrive. She asked me where I had gone. Yesterday, tomorrow, or the day before. She asked me where I had gone the day before. Sam asked me والinverted commas يبقى I keep the tense. يبقى Sam asked me the bus to Aswan stop here. يبقى does. The worker wanted to know how much for the work. I will start with the helping verb or the subject. I will start with the subject. يبقى how much he would be paid. Tom asked me the letter. Here I will join using if I had posted the letter. Where were you? Father said to me. Father asked me where I. Here where past simple. I change it to past perfect. يبقى where I had been. I asked him what. Where is the subject? He is reading and he was reading. I will keep the past continuous. يبقى what he was reading. We wanted to know what of his idea. What they thought. Start with the subject. She wondered if anything interesting at the weekend. يبقى if I was doing. She asked him. He was going out. Here I will join using whether. He wanted to know how much for my car. How much? The subject يبقى I had paid. He asked her my shirt from the other day. يبقى she asked her. He asked where I had bought. He wondered why the door the night before. Why I hadn't looked because it's yesterday. She inquired how long in Paris the previous year. How long I had stayed. He asked me whether I reading the book he had lent me. Past يبقى whether I had finished. Can you tell me about your career? يبقى she wondered if I can will be could. Where did you grow up? The interviewer asked me where I did grow يبقى had grown up. Do you have a pencil? She wanted to know if I. Do you have? This is present simple will be past simple. يبقى if I had. What have you been watching? She asked him what? Where is the subject? He. يبقى what? He had been watching. He asked me where? Where is the subject? I have been or I had been. She asked me where? I had been. He asked me if the book he had lent me the week before. If I had finished. Do you often write poems? I asked him if he wrote poems. Present simple will be past simple. Thanks for your listening. Please study again and answer your homework. Thank you.